Hello, my little goblins. We're back at it, and this time we're going to be going over 3 really good decks, I think, for the Legend Anthology. There's a ton of decks, but these decks I really enjoy. So the first one that's up to date is, if you've seen my video from yesterday, you know I've been liking the Abyss Actors, and Abyss Actors barely got hit. So this is our Abyss Actor deck list, and it's fairly powerful. If you're going first, pretty much, if you open your busted hand, you can go into Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon with Super Producer and set up the Super Producer negate with like interruption, whether that is Abyss Script, Abyss Script, Dramatic Story, or by playing Opening Ceremony, one of those two, right? And we're running Super Polys because, yeah, Super Poly is crazy in this format. There's a lot of the trap decks are banned out. So we do run Harpies though, because people are probably going to run like a one of Solemn, one of Imperm, like stuff like that. So we do run Harpies for that. But going second, you're going to annihilate your opponent. Going first, you can set a pretty good disruption and get some really good like kickbacks. So what I mean by kickbacks is, like, since you're going to be popping your Wild Hope, you're going to be able to add like Dress Rehearsal and really set up your hand for next turn. And if you end up drawing like 4 or 5 cards off of Opening Ceremony, you're going turn 3 is going to be pretty solid. Because if you go first, you just have to live the going second from your opponent. So yeah, this deck I think is going to be very, very solid. You know what? I'm going to actually say I know it's going to be very, very solid because I already played in the event and this deck steamrolled everyone. I don't think I lost a single game with this. If I may have lost 1 game, but I think I won like 10 games in a row with this. Is pretty crazy. I will tell you right now, you barely go into Giant Hand. Don't go into Vortex that much because most of the time you're going second. I lost a lot of coin flips, so I went second a lot. And I can tell you right now, just using the Abyss Actor cards, you just blow up your opponent because they can't deal with Rise of the Abyss King. Card's crazy, so it's pretty gnarly. So this is the first deck I wanted to talk about. Let's jump to the second deck. And like I said, there's a ton of decks you could play. I'll talk about them later, but let's get to the second deck. Alrighty, this is going to be deck number 2 that I think is going to be extremely solid. Again, if you Change of Heart, this card's kind of, you don't need it. If you have 2 Change of Hearts, you can play 2. But the whole point of this deck is just break your opponent's board and kill them. And you're going to notice that's going to be a theme for the most part, because Super Poly's at 3 and they made Garura, and they let like these cards are like crazy good targets like available for some reason. So if you're someone who just wants to win the event, like win it quickly, these types of decks are completely for you because those matches go by fast. This deck's very solid. I'm going to tell you right now, I only played a handful in the tournament just to test it out, and the deck performed very well. Going first, if you go into Cyber and Dragon, there's like nothing in the format that really breaks this. I mean, it's like very difficult for your opponent to actually break this. I'm trying to think of a way. I think if they Plasma, they can break it, because Plasma is a continuous effect, which would negate this, and then they could suck it up. But there's really not much else. The deck's like pretty damn strong, and OTKing possibilities are crazy with this. We're running 3 Cyber Dragons in this, which you normally don't do with Cyber Darks, but they're extremely good with the Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, because you can just, if your opponent has like a big monster, let's say a Boral Sword or something like that, boom, you just link it off immediately. If your opponent's playing any type of machines, boom, you just link them all off. I mean, not link them, but like contact fusion them all off. And again, you're playing like cards like Power Bond. So like if you're using the effect of Chimera, you can legit just add Power Bond and just go into it like into a massive Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon. Like how powerful is that going to be at 4,200 attack? You could even raise it even more if you have Seeger on the field, and it can attack 3 times. Kind of nuts. And this also deals with some back row too, if your opponent's playing any type of back row, which I haven't really played that much back row. There's some cards that are actually still good, like I think Compulse is not banned and stuff like that, but the trap decks are all banned. Like Labyrinth is banned, Altergeist is like really weak, like Trap Tricks, they banned Sarah, so it's like I can't imagine people playing that shit. But yeah, this deck's another really solid choice in my opinion. And then the next list that we're going to go to that we created, so this is for the people who just like playing going first decks. So this is a going first deck that could go second technically, but it's not very good going second. If your opponent sets up any negates, you just lose. This deck, I'm not kidding you, I've won every single game I went first. And you know how I win it? By turboing out Kali Yuga. Now, the lines of play is a lot more intricate with 4 Strix. I'm going to show you the basic combo in a little combo guide at the end of this clip. But it's pretty gnarly. So pretty much essentially what you want to do is you want to rank 4 spam. If you're able to go into Y Strix and you have a Rocket Caliber in hand, or you have some Morgs still in hand for some reason. Let's say, yeah, you have some Morgs for some reason still in hand. That will allow you to do full combo immediately with it, but other than that, you'd have to like it's kind of odd, but you'd have to go into 4 Strix first, and then you'd have to like somehow you'd have to climb into Rusty, and then Rusty sends Rusty would send Silent Boots to the graveyard, and Silent Boots you would grab with Rusty the rank up Magic Launcher. And then with the boots, you would grab Rank Up Magic Force. That is a way around not being able to get the effect off of Y Strix. Because if you guys read it, Y Strix lets you set a rank up spell directly, and you're able to activate that, which is pretty important. But yeah, this deck's really solid going first, going second. A little different story. We kind of depend on going into Arc Rebellion. Which is not like hyper consistent, because for us to go into Arc Rebellion, we would have to get into like rank up Magic Launcher, which I mean, if we don't have in our opening hand, it's a little tough. We can obviously search it with the Y Strix, but it's not super easy. If you're going second and you're comboing off, or you're going to Y Strix and all these other things, you're probably gonna win anyway. That being said, there's also a lot of good decks in the format. Like Elemental Heroes, like completely untouched, but they're super expensive. Metal Foes actually seems pretty good. There's a lot of decent decks that you can play. I've noticed a lot of the anime decks aren't really hit that much. So like Armed Dragon, if you wanted to play that. I notice Blue Eyes really isn't touched. Dark Magician isn't really touched. Like those types of decks, but those decks are much weaker power level than the other decks I've showed you guys, in my opinion, personally. This event's usually a lot of fun, so I hope you guys enjoy these deck lists, and we're going to go right into the combo guide so you guys can see how this is played. I was going to show you guys some videos of me playing the decks, but I just feel like it's a bit convoluted, so like I'm just going to show the combo guide. And in the future, when I do a video like this, if you guys want me to show games, just let me know. I'll do that. Hello, we are here with the combo guide, and this is a very good opening hand for us. We have a lot of extension here. So first things first, we could either summon Rocket Tracer or we could summon Raider's Wing. It does not actually, in this particular case, we have to summon Raider's Wing. I don't know what I'm talking about. So I summon Raider's Ring. This is going to special summon Samorg. Samorg can only be special summoned if you are using a if you normal special summon a Winged Beast. So we're gonna go into our Link monster. Now Y Strix is going to activate its ability, which is going to grab us our dude right here, and then this card allows us, since we have a Link monster on the board, we can special summon it, and we can activate this ability, but it's completely pointless to do unless we wanted to do something crazy with Rocket Tracer, but we have like no spells as a pop. That's the only reason why you would ever want to do that. But yes, we're gonna go into our birdie. Very important. So this is how the combo starts. You need to do this exact line for this combo to go 100%, okay? We're gonna send that to the graveyard, and we are gonna search our this card. Then this card's gonna trigger. You have to grab this rank up card, okay? Because this rank up card, it's a quick play, but this effect allows you to play a quick play on your turn. All right, even if it's set. So see how I can activate it? All right. Well, we're gonna use Raider's Ring's first effect. We're going to use it, special summon it from the graveyard. Then I am going to use Mimicry's effect, which is going to allow me... You just, in this case, you always grab the spell because you have two birds on the field, like two Raid Raptors, which just allows you to use it automatically. We used our normal summon already, so this card's just not going to be good. We're going to grab this, which lets us special summon. So we have a lot of extension here, like an absurd amount of extension. So there's one extension. There's another. Now, before you use this locks you into XZ. Okay, you little apes? We're going to do this. Boom, boom. And you might be saying, Factoid, how do you do it now, though? Oh. Well, you're going to activate this. Now you activate this. We're going to banish 3 cards from the graveyard. Doesn't really matter what you're banishing at this point. They're all useless to you. And then we are going to play Arsenal Falcon. Arsenal Falcon is going to be summoned. I could use Arsenal Falcon's effect, but it's... If you want the best board, you don't use the effect because you're going to use Rusty to pop it. Now, you're going to be like, why did you pop that? Well, now we get to get our big boy, which is Ultimate Falcon. And then you have to activate Ultimate Falcon because you can't have that attached to you. There's a reason. And then the last part of the combo is going into Gagaga. Here's Gagaga. And then you can activate Rusty's effect. You send Boots to the graveyard. Now this card's going to let you grab your rank 1 up, which is going to be very important. And then you can activate Boots' effect here. If you had another level 4 on board, you can extend into an interruption like Evil Swarm. But since we do not have that, we're going to grab Fogblade. So we don't have that because we went into Ultimate Falcon because most decks aren't going to be able to play against Ultimate Falcon. So I'd rather see unaffected by card effects. Like, most decks are not going to be able to play around it, so I'd rather just play it. Now we have a Fogblade, which is pretty nice. We can set it now. It doesn't really matter. And then we activate Gagaga. Send that to the graveyard. And that is going to grab our arsenal. We play it right here. Doesn't matter. And this is the turn 1 board. So what does this do? It gives you a pop, so you can interact with your opponent with a pop, which really is not going to matter, because you're actually not going to ever use this pop, or you can even use a trap, because if you're lucky, right, your opponent is going to do, I guess it's Dragon Army, so he's not doing anything, he's afraid, but you would activate this if in response to anything he does, besides Super Poly. Like I said, Super Poly kind of bones the deck a little, or kind of neuters it, but yeah, you just go right into Kali Yuga, and then boom, it's AoE negate. And if you want, you can activate in this end step. Be like boom, pop everyone's back row. I don't have to deal with that pesky card anymore. And now we have the quick launch, which is also hilarious. So you can normal summon this, quick launch. Just be a troll. And if you really want to throw your opponent for a loop, you go into the Hot Red Archfiend, right? And then you suicide your whole board. You activate this and you pop your entire board. It's for the ultimate BM, you know? That's what we do, the ultimate BM for exact lethal. But that is how you do the combo. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you guys like this, for me to do this for events. When events come along, I can try and like work on deck lists. It does take me a while to like try and create like innovative deck lists that people aren't going to be playing. So please just let me know if you guys enjoy this down in the comments. Also subscribe. Just do it, please. I need it. I need it. All right. Bye.